All right. So this is Avin Preach video. I love Avin Preach. Man, I've been watching Avin Preach since like maybe I want to say it was like 2017, 2018. I want to say it was somewhere around that time. But I know for sure it was before 2019. I'm gonna make a video, Avid's first video. I think that was the one that got me because it was really interesting. But anyways, this video is called Redpill meets a normal couple and can't believe it. Man, I think in 2016, 2017 was around that time I was like interested in like red pill stuff. And it's crazy how I came across it because I was just looking at Matrix stuff and then I just saw like take the red pill or so it was something along those lines, and it was just guys talking about like, in my opinion back then it was like guys talking about like just being a better man and stuff like that. But then like somewhere around 2020 or maybe like it was 2019, I think it was more like 2019, it was like, man, it took this whole like weird like direction with like hating women. It is so weird to me, man. It's like hating. I won't say hating women as like they deserve to die. Oh, I mean, some people are like that, but I mean, where it's just like it's just talking down on women, and it's like instead of doing some self-reflection and looking at yourself and just saying like, what could I do to be better? It's just like, oh man, all these women are just whores and like type weird thing, and it's so weird to me. But anyways, let's see what Avin Preach have to say about it. They usually kind of go in on these dudes anyway, so let's get into it.
24 in 3 weeks.
I'm 24.
How long you been together?
About a year and a half.
How do you feel about the way your woman is dressed tonight on a night out?
Oh, she looks amazing. She looks really good.
Do you feel like what you're wearing is appropriate when you're in a relationship with a man?
Yeah.
Why don't...
I love how awkward these interviews are. And I like how he does it. No,
do you feel like... No. Do you feel like the way you're dressed right now is appropriate for work?
But that's the thing. That's what I was telling you guys, okay? The reason why he's like this is this
I'm gonna be honest, it's still weird seeing Preach with his haircut, dog. Like he's had dreads pretty much as long as I've watched him. I don't think I've ever seen him with his haircut until like maybe I think like 2 or 3 weeks ago, maybe a month.
exact same reason why when we were doing
But boy ballin', I mean, it's not bad looking. It's just weird to me because I was like, I've been used to seeing him with dreads.
comedy, when someone was crashing,
Yo, Alva, his facial expressions, he's so crazy.
dude was laughing and I can't fucking handle it. It's the same fucking incomfort.
But do you feel like there's something wrong with me
that's-
laughing at other people's unfortunate
That's what
circumstances?
gets me, though. That's what but say
No, he doesn't do that.
If we're gonna be too much,
He's not doing that. He's not doing. The nerd is in his voice.
So do you feel like that's appropriate within the confines?
The way he says it reminds me of that dude who interviews like rappers. I can't think of his name. Oh my god. And then he'll just bring up the most random facts about these rappers. I wish I could remember his name, but he'll just bring up the random. He was like, so did you know that, Gucci Man got his name not from the Gucci brand, but because his mother named him Gucci? And then Gucci would have like, man, how the hell you know that? And like, I can't think of his name, but it's so funny. It's so funny. I gotta find it after this.
Kinds of a relationship?
adjust your glasses. That's just the thing that's missing. That's just this.
And you can see the boyfriend's right there. It's like, obviously.
I love the look. The
yeah, he's like.
yeah. I think it's all right. And he just went like.
Yeah.
Why don't you have a problem at all with this?
That is crazy.
The
Like,
look is amazing. What are we doing?
There, listen.
like it's crazy how he's trying to, like, in my opinion, manipulate the guy to try and think that there's something wrong with how his woman is dressing. Like, it's so crazy to me. Like, if that's how their dynamic in their relationship works, that's fine. Like, if he's fine with that, I mean, it is what it is. Like, not everybody has to have like a certain standard to how they view their woman has to dress or how she has to present herself. I mean, because to some people they're secure in a relationship, and I mean, even if a guy were to approach her, like, she wouldn't give him the time of day, you know. But it's like, because they kind of talk to a lot of women who probably would be kind of like on that thing, or like are other men who would find an issue with that, then they think that validates their viewpoint on the world, which is crazy to me.
Just keep watching.
Why don't you have a problem at all with it?
Well, to be honest with you, she asked my opinion before she bought it, and I was like, yeah, that's amazing. And then she wore it for me before we came here, and I was like, yeah, I really like that dress.
So notice what he said. She asked my opinion on the dress. You probably went up there. Do you think this is too much? You think it looks good? She's like, nah, babe, I'm sure that looked really sexy on you. Cool. They're about to go out together. She wanted to know if she was doing too much, so she asked. She's like, no, it looks really good. That's it. He wasn't like, you have my permission. You're allowed to wear, right? You don't have to do that. She asked in a very cordial way, and that's normal. If I'm going out with somebody and it's, let's say, like, it's okay to coordinate between each other to be like, is my outfit too much for this occasion or whatever it might be?
My girl asked me for my opinion because she values my opinion, because it's going to be honest. So when she says, hey, you think it looks good? I'm like, yeah, it looks good. After that, you want to wear it.
But you give her permission?
No, I don't have to give her permission. I don't have to do that.
But she should ask.
No, I'm not her dad.
Do you think that within the confines of your relationship, it's okay for her to go out in an outfit that you didn't approve of?
You see that? There you go. You said confine of my relationship. That's my relationship, not yours. So just you asking this question is just like, mind your business, bruh. Mind your fucking business.
But
Mind your business.
is it okay for a man to have a say?
I don't care. That's none of my business. If he wants to have a say, that's him.
Yeah.
Is it okay for you to be in people's business?
Well, we're just doing street interviews. You don't have to accept it.
And I'm just answering you. Dork, goober,
Blue pills.
Is it okay for a man? You gotta go.
Yeah. I feel like if you check this guy, he would just
Blow pound.
audibly do it again. Get close to the mic. So, like, okay, but let's keep watching.
What made you go, let me ask my man if this is okay, as opposed to, I'm just going to wear this and go out?
That's not what happened. You see how the guy said it? The guy said
Hang
it.
on, let me go back.
You go, let me.
Like, okay, but let's keep watching.
What made you go, let me ask my man if this is okay, as opposed to, I'm just going to wear this and go out?
That's not what happened. You see how the guy said it? The guy said it in the normal way. Does this look good? He's like, yeah, it looks good. He framed it in the red pill way. Ma'am, what made you go ask for permission? What made you go ask if this is okay for me to wear? Right? So he's framing it from that mindset. Why? Because he's looking for his gotcha. That's what this is.
But the thing is, yo, that's you. You do that. You always like to fucking flame black people. Yeah, you're flaming black people. You're saying that because he's black. I'm just going back on the fact that people saying that we do that to the Indians, and now it's a black guy. That's just what I'm saying. I'm just trolling.
What made you go, let me ask my man if this is okay, as opposed to, I'm just going to wear this and go out?
Because I have respect.
Is this something that you could see yourself wearing on a girls' night without him being here?
Probably not.
Why not?
Because it's like, it could get like guys' attention and whatever. And like, as long as I have him on my arm, that's all that matters.
He's done with this shit.
yeah, I think he realizes what he's in.
Yeah. But he's not with it.
Yeah.
You know the body language, what he's fidgeting, and then he wants to.
Yeah.
You want to exit.
Yeah.
So ultimately, you feel like your man should have a say in how you dress when you leave the house?
I think a little bit. Like, I definitely listen to his opinion. Yeah.
How do you feel on the matter?
Obviously, she has her freedom to do it, but out of respect in the relationship, she should be asking me if this is okay, and I should give my 2 cents to that. And she does that, and I really respect that, and I'm really appreciative of that.
I don't mind the fact that you're asking if it's okay. I don't mind that.
Me neither.
I don't mind that. I don't mind that. Do you have to? to me, no, you don't.
I
But I understand the.
I definitely disagree.
Yeah, go ahead. Do your thing.
I think that if you guys are going out together, there's some level of coordination because one, you guys are going out as a unit. So the same way if she's taking me out to a specific event, I just can't go in my flip flops and my fucking joggers because obviously she's going to take me somewhere very specific. There might be a dress code or something that they want to kind of abide by. Not a literal dress code, but like a certain standard you want to meet. And that same token, if I'm taking my girl out, and let's say we going somewhere, might be friends, family, whatever, she can't just wear any type of dress with her titties popping out. That's too much for me.
No, that's not what. Well, that's not what I thought I understood. You understand what I'm saying? Because I agree with that.
Okay.
I agree with coordination. You know, you're supposed to be like on the same level. Like with that, I thought it was talking about. I thought it was talking about asking the permission to wear something even on a night out. Like I'm not even there. I'm not even there. And then she's going on a night out by herself. You know what I mean? So asking. I don't
agree.
have to. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
I agree. I think the caveat I would put is date somebody who has some common sense. Meaning.
Yeah. I agree with that. Like, I don't think you have to ask for permission, but I think asking for your opinion is nice, and like you would appreciate it. Like if my fiance were to ask me, like, can I wear this, or how do you think I would look in this, or whatever. Like, I mean, like, it is what it is. I mean, like, I think the only time it would be an issue if it's just like something that's like super revealing, and you're like, you kind of have to have some type of like awareness to believe that. What environment are you going in? And then like, is the environment you're going in going to be potential like hazardous or dangerous situation based off what she's wearing? You know what I mean? Like, I think most times like I would be pretty much fine with her wearing whatever. Now if it was like too revealing, I would say something, or if she asked me, I would give my opinion. But I don't think that like she would have to ask me, because I mean she does have common sense, and it's not like she's gonna wear something that's like so outlandish to where it's just gonna cause any issue or anything like that.
I don't want a partner who dresses a specific type of way, right? The same way I know women who probably don't want to date a dude who sags his pants or wears a bunch of flashy jewelry. So if I'm about to go out and I'm doing all this goofy shit that I'm maybe not doing in the beginning, and she's like, yo, what you doing? Like, that's okay for her to have issues. The same token, if I date a girl who always kept herself presentable, and all of a sudden she dressing trashy, it's okay. I wouldn't tell a girl, yo, change how you dress. I'd be like, I'll be honest with you, this ain't what I signed up for. That's me personally. I'm just not.
Yeah, I think that's respectable. I mean, like if she decided to change like how she was dressing, or maybe like trying something new or whatever, I don't think that that's like necessarily a bad thing. But I think you, as her boyfriend or like significant other or whatever, I think it's normal to just say that, like, okay, like, this isn't what I was thinking about, you know, but I mean, that's fine. You know what I mean? Like, I would think that a woman would have the same view for like a man. Like, you know, there's times like, man, for me, myself, like, I just like wearing shorts and t-shirts. Like, I'm not really like one to dress up like that anymore. But you know, like, you know, my fiance should just be like, oh, you should dress nice, or you look nice in this. And she be manipulating me with that bullshit too. Like she just like, oh, you look nice in this, and then like she'll like talk me up and stuff like that, and then I end up wearing it more often. But you know what I mean? Like, it is what it is. I just think that like if your significant other likes something and you love them or whatever, like you want their opinion, and like if they like something, you might wear it more, or maybe you won't. But I mean, you know. That's just my opinion on this subject.
Not into it, but I would never get with somebody who dresses like that.
But for example, if you're not like you don't go out, right? You staying inside, and she's dressing in a way, and you're like, would you be like, whoa, that's not what I signed for? That's not what I signed up for.
Because I would hope that if you're at the point where you're in a deep relationship with somebody, you know how they like to dress when they go out.
I understand.
Even if I'm not there.
But if she wants to try something new, because that could happen.
Yeah, if all of a sudden my girl all of a sudden told me like I want to dress like I'm going to Burning Man on a regular basis when I go out, I'd be like, no, not for me. You can do whatever you want. You should do your thing, live your best life. It's not my thing. Mm-hmm. I don't want to be so. That's me personally. But I would never tell someone to change.
I agree with that.
If I saw dating a girl, she saw me again with the sagging pants, and she like, I don't want to be associated with somebody who looks ghetto. That's okay too. I'm a fair person in that regards.
Because that's not exactly what I understood from what they were saying.
Yeah.
But I agree. I agree with that.
I don't like people who meet somebody they
change.
live a certain way, and then they start demanding they change.
Yeah,
and
it's
they're like, "What's wrong with that?" It's like,
They was like that when you started dating. What's up?
yeah. So to me, that's the part.
Probably the reason why you went with that person is because
Oh, I think I also need to say, like, she doesn't manipulate me. Like, my fiance doesn't manipulate me to wear and stuff. She'll just say, like, "Oh, you look nice in this," and it might be something I don't even like, but then I just end up wearing it more. So that's what I don't mean like she's like manipulating it in a bad way or anything. Because I know some of y'all are probably trying to say that, like, "Oh, you meant that in a bad way," but nah, I just meant it like she'll just talk me up about something, and then it just kind of like gets in my head. It plants a seed in my head. If they say that, "Oh yeah, she likes it when I wear this, so I'll wear it a little more often."
that person was dressing like that. Like all of a sudden you're like, no, you can't be having all the attention of those guys. She was like that when y'all met. That's how she got yours.
Yeah, it makes me think of people who start dating like OnlyFans girls and they get mad at them for having OnlyFans. It's like, well,
I don't understand.
why are you mad?
I don't
mad at yourself. Fine. Why are you mad at them?
I don't understand. There was no switch there.
Yeah. I'm not one of those people who's like, what? Having standards as a man. Oh, you can have standards, but be consistent. If you have standards, you should have had them at the beginning. Why are you employing them at the middle part and then you get mad at them for it?
Because the thing that happened is that a lot of people when they start to date, they accommodate to, when people ask, "What's your type?" They really want to know what to unlock to be in a relationship with that person, but they're not really like that. Mm-hmm. And then later on in the relationship, it comes out, "Well, I don't really like that you do this." Where's that from? I was always doing that. Yeah, well, I don't like it. What?
Yeah.
That you got into that person, you banned certain ways just to get with that person, but then you don't really like those things. It's like, come on. Yeah, I don't care that you do the OnlyFans. Yeah, I don't care. I don't care if you do OF, and then you actually care.
Yep.
No, yes, I'm going to dress up as a freaking angel for Halloween. I don't care what you say. I'm wearing the freaking lingerie. I'm putting on a freaking tutu. I'm putting on freaking white Vans. I don't care. I don't actually care because you know what? That's who I am inside me, and that's who you freaking married. That's who you freaking said that you would freaking help when they're sick. And so what? Maybe I'm sick in the head by freaking wearing an angel costume, but whatever. This is what I'm getting for Halloween.
What do you think about this ad person?
It's the same thing. My stance didn't change on that subject.
Okay.
Was she slutty when you met her?
Well, what was she like when you met her?
Was she slutty when she met her?
Well, is it slutty to wear an angel costume and lingerie?
That would be considered as.
Really?
That would be considered as.
Isn't it just
you're you're just lingerie out? Yeah, it's fine.
Isn't it just an expression of skin?
The thing is, whenever I said slutty, you thought it was something bad because inherently it is something bad to me. Wait, no. I'm not saying you're wrong of thinking that. I'm saying what's going on here, and I'm just gonna
Fair. So if I call you a maggot, right, with the F, it's not something bad because I don't. You might take it as something bad because inherently something bad, but it's not actually.
As a matter of fact, I got some of my gay friends that call each other that all the time. The same thing with the N-word. Same thing with it's inherently a bad thing, but if you put it in context, yeah, they could say it. For example, I could call my girl a bitch. You can't call my girl a bitch. It depends on the context. It depends on the context of what it is.
If I see you calling your girl a bitch, I'm calling CPS.
You could do whatever Child Protection Services.
Yeah, I was thinking, I was like, what?
It took a second. I was waiting on how long it was going to take you.
I was like,
You can do whatever. Child Protection.
That's a wild way to call me a PDF file, but that's crazy.
Hey,
don't you ever do that shit again. Anyways, all that to say,
Don't call that child a bitch. Huh?
my girl,
Huh? Let's keep going.
that child a bit. You crazy. You crazy and you stupid. You on that shit today. You on that I'm on that bullshit today.
Okay.
He's on that bullshit.
Sorry,
No. You on that bullshit today.
You're right. So you're making the point.
What I'm saying is that, okay, she is dressing slutty.
Yeah.
I think slutty is just a thing. Okay, I don't think it's an inherently bad thing. Some people might think it's a bad thing because it's actually, the word is, in the definition, it's a bad thing. But anyways, what is considered slutty to people is exactly that. You're going outside in lingerie and outside of a context of lingerie. To me, my stance didn't change on that. It's like, if you married someone that dresses like that, revealing, slutty, call it what do you want, I don't care. And then she didn't change, you did. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Personally, I'm not going to restrict my girl of doing whatever. I'm going to tell her what's a no and what's a yes, what goes for me. I'm going to tell her what I feel comfortable with and what I don't feel comfortable with. But I cannot make you wear something or not make you wear something. And after that, you still decide to go on knowing that I'm uncomfortable. It might change the dynamic of the relationship. There might be some things that you keep on doing things that I'm uncomfortable with what is going on. Maybe this thing is not working. Maybe our definition of comfort or maybe our definition of respect is really different. And it's okay. It's all right. It's nothing against you. It's I don't think that we're fit. And I realized that within the confine of the relationship. And that's okay. I'm not going to go and tell her, yo, you can't wear this shit. I'm not that dude. That's not me. But I could tell that person if I'm comfortable or not.
Yeah. Listen, some people might see the man's side of this and say that's a bit unreasonable or whatever. In my head, I don't even. You know what I'd be thinking sometimes? Why would y'all make this a big problem? You know, to the point where someone's filming and posting on social media, you're having like some larger scale argument. Like, you know, Halloween comes around, there are hundreds of costumes you can choose from. Thousands, technically speaking. All the superheroes, all the made up stuff, you could go as a cardboard box and people digging it. Why fight about this? You know? It's one of those situations I'm just like, you know, if there's Comic-Con showing up and, you know, I wanted to go there in my thong and my girl's like, I ain't comfortable with you just having your junk out there. I'm like, okay, you know, there's other things to fight over. I just let it go. I guess in my head, I just don't see why a couple would fight over this. It seems it's like a stupid reason or a dumb hill to die on and be stubborn about, in my opinion. You know, if he said, no, I don't want you celebrating Halloween at all, I get it. It's like, hey, I just don't like it when you... And I also play, you know, slut's advocate. But when you meet somebody and you are one way and then you get into a relationship, you get married, is it that crazy to expect the person to change at all? Doesn't all relationships over time in marriage change people? Like the way people might dress when they single is probably not how they're going to dress or necessarily when they married or whatever.
Listen, 100%. And the thing that happened with marriage and things is that sometimes, okay, y'all people are going to grow, okay? Yeah. And if you're lucky enough, and yeah, sometimes it's hard work, but sometimes it's luck. If you're lucky enough to grow in the same direction, great. If you're not, it is what it is. And that's the reason why I'm not going to trip over that. Even if I met you one way and you became something else, I'm not going to trip. I'm not going to make you do something or whatever. I'm going to tell you what I'm comfortable with and what I'm not comfortable with.
I mean, I agree with that. I mean, because everybody grows. I mean, like, one of the things I've noticed, like, you know, just getting older, is like the people who I went to high school with, like, getting married, like, once we graduated, or like once they graduated. And then like they get divorced like a year or two later, and it's like you're so young, and it's like your views on the world will change, like your views on politics will change, your views on religion, like your hobbies, all these things are gonna change like as you grow into adulthood from being like a teenager. And it's only like one couple that I know like been rocking with each other for Lord knows how long. Like I remember I met them like my sophomore year of high school. I think they were freshmen and they were dating then. And they still like they just got married, and it's like, man, it's a blessing to see, and it's so cool. But it's just that, like, you know, like a majority of relationships, like you're growing, and then like your views on like for instance, like the woman wearing like the lingerie angel outfit, like maybe she didn't dress like that originally, or maybe, you know, we'll say that she used to dress like that originally, and then let's just say that the husband became Redpill and was just like, I don't want you dressing like that anymore. But they were already like 4 or 5 years married. Now this is just hypothetically speaking, but because I don't know the dynamic or just a clip, but and then so like his views on the world have drastically shifted to where he doesn't want her to wear that. But maybe she's dressed like that for Halloween before, and I think in the marriage, you know, this is just my opinion, it's kind of like both people kind of have to like mold or shift or adapt to the other's like preferences or like views if they want the relationship to last. You know what I mean? Like, especially like when you're married, because, you know, as you get older, you're gonna adapt and change. You know, like I'm 32 now, and I know, like, I've been with my fiance since what was I, like 19, and you know, like we kind of meet each other in the middle when it comes to things like. So it's like, even if there's a situation like that, like I would at least hope that she would at least hear me out. If I didn't like how she was gonna dress, but I kind of also understand it. Like if he just said he doesn't like how she dressed, and then that was her response to kind of acting out or like raising her voice and just telling him that she's going to dress how she wants to dress anyways, I could see how that would somewhat be like a different viewpoint from his standpoint, because it's like maybe he just like, I know I'm kind of, this is all hypothetical because this is so many different, it's such a weird topic, but it's so broad. But let's just say that he was just talking normal, like, hey, I don't think you should wear that for Halloween. And then she spoke up to him how she was speaking. And she kind of didn't even consider how he was feeling about the situation. I kind of think that would be like a negative, because if he was coming at it from a respectable standpoint versus like trying to demand her that not to wear it. So I don't know, like, I think this is such an interesting topic, and it can't be like 100% accurate or like inaccurate just because of the relationship dynamic is it's kind of like fluid in a way. But yeah, let's see what the rest of you have to say.
We're going to talk about it. I'm not going to film it. I'm not going to make a big fuss about it. I'm not going to post it on social media. It's just, this is, to me, it's a conversation. I don't fight, I conversate. Okay?
Yeah, I agree with that. Like, I don't really feel like the guy even needed to put it on social media. But like, the thing that's weird about this time that I live in currently is like, everybody feels like they need to film every single thing and then post it online. Like I can understand like posting, like if you're a vlogger or whatever, and then it just happens, it happens. But it's just like the little glimpses of a person's life, like in a bad moment, could drastically affect how everybody views them. And then also it's just like, in my opinion, it's like as a dude, I just feel like it's kind of weird when you post like your woman yelling at you. You know what I'm saying? I don't mean that in like a way if you need evidence for court or something like that, I could understand it. But if you're just like posting it just to post it, just to get some likes and stuff, I think that's a little weird. I mean, I would say the same about a woman too, like posting her boyfriend being upset. But from a woman's point of view, I could kind of somewhat see it like as being scary, maybe, just because, you know, like a guy could like, you know, like manhandle her and like actually do some physical harm. But I mean, women can too. I mean, it's so weird. It's like man, it's like, from my point of view, I'm so neutral on things. I don't really have like a super strong opinion on either side unless it's like an extreme, you know, like anyways, let's go on with the video.
I don't do that. I don't fight. I don't do the fighting thing. We talk, we pontificate, like you used to say back in the days. That's an old world. That's an old word. Anyways, but yeah, it is possible. It's not that crazy that people change over time. As a matter of fact, that's what you're expected. You're supposed to.
Also, just when you just hear language, when someone says, "I'm uncomfortable," I don't care. I mean, it's kind of your job to care about what your partner thinks, right? Same way, if you had a grievance, I would hope that he would care. If he didn't, I feel like it's a bit dismissive. I don't know.
Yeah, that's pretty much what I was talking about. Like, I feel like you should care about like even when I said earlier about my fiance manipulating me and wearing clothes she likes. I mean, it's like, it's not like she's really manipulating me. It's just that like she says something that she likes, and then like as her fiance or future husband, it's like I take that into consideration. And, you know, I'm like, oh, she likes this, so I'll wear it a little bit more often. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I think you should care about like the person that you love or you care for, how they view the world, and like their beliefs or their thoughts. And it's like, you should at least take into consideration like their perspective. But you know, it's like, I don't know, not everybody's gonna think like that, and maybe I'm wrong on some standpoints, or my view is flawed, but you know, it is what it is.
It's also interesting just hearing the way people talk to each other, because I think it reveals about like a lot of underlying issues. Like, imagine you go to your girl with a grievance and she says, "I don't care." Isn't that a bit of a wild thing to say, or is it just me?
I think there's levels to this thing. On top of that, I just want to add something on that. Is that you can care and not agree. You can care about what someone is saying and not change your position. Mm-hmm. That's what we call empathy, I believe. Is that what it is? Or is this, that's the other word? Empathy, I think, is like relating your own experience to understand someone else's. Sympathy is like being on the outside.
Sympathy.
Yeah. Cool. Thank you very much for that.
I think.
whatever. It's one or the other. All right. It's basically you feeling for the other person. So you could be like, the person's telling you something, and you could be like, I understand what you're saying. I understand. I get it, and I'm sorry you feel that way. And being sorry that you feel that way doesn't mean that you excuse yourself. Is that you feel some type of way about you feeling bad? I'm not excusing myself. I'm not saying that's not an apology. Saying you. So there's that level as well of things, and you can do all of those things without even changing your position. But saying you don't care is taking all that shit and throw that shit in the trash for different reasons. It can be for different reasons, but there's levels to this shit.
Yeah, I agree with that because like let's just say for instance like with the wife berating her husband because of the fact that he didn't want her to wear the angelic costume for Halloween, and then saying she doesn't care. Let's just say that there is an issue that she had and she brought it up to him, and then his response was he didn't care. You know, I just think as humans, we kind of have this thing. I'm pretty sure there's like some type of psychological word for it, but like where, you know, our feelings matter more than somebody else's feelings, or our perspective matters more than somebody else's perspective. And we could kind of warp how we view that person or the circumstance that we were going through to be in our benefit, and then say that you know, I think like men and women both do the same thing. I know a lot of times like men will try and say that like it's only women that do that, but men do it as well. You know, I mean, I see it a lot in like the red pill space, but I mean like they're also like, I think they call it like misandry or something like that, where it's like women will just kind of like do the exact same thing that like red pill guys do. I don't know. I don't know. This whole like little weird like internet world is crazy.
When you're at the point where you don't care, some things happen.
Well, even saying you don't care when you're at the point, I think is also wrong. Like, listen, what he said. You could feel whatever way you want to feel about whatever the person's saying. Saying you don't care, I don't think within the confines of a relationship is something that people should be saying to each other, in my opinion. Especially if you married. I feel like y'all took vows to care about what the other person thinks.
And there's really levels to this, you know. It depends on the dynamic of the thing, but sure, not caring is really like, yeah, what I said. There's levels to this shit.
Yeah, I mean, there was a poll on the post and it said 96.
Yeah, see, it's like, is this controlling, setting boundaries? To be honest with you, because I want to kind of like answer this before Abin preach. I would say that like maybe he was just, I don't even think he had to be setting boundaries per se. Like he could have just been stating his opinion on what she was wearing, and then just saying like, I don't like it, but I mean like, you know, if she decided to wear it, it is. But I don't think it's necessarily controlling either. Because it was just such a brief video. Like he didn't even really talk, I don't think. So it's kind of like hard to actually give like a true opinion with the limited information provided.
Percent said he was just setting boundaries. 4% said he was controlling. Yeah, no, it seems like most people agree. But
I think that both can coexist. I think you could be setting boundaries, and your boundaries are fucking controlling. But now in that scenario, I don't know. It's more of a constant conversation. Looking for outside saying that he's controlling is really easy to say when we don't know what the dynamic is. It's just really a snippet. It's a snippet. She don't care, obviously, but I don't know what he said before. And so, like,
yeah, that's what. Yeah, see, that's what I was saying. I was like, we really don't know what he said to, you know, get that effect out of her. You know, like if he was like, "Bitch, you ain't about to wear this," like then that's like, yeah, that's controlling. You know what I'm saying? But it's like if he just came at it from a respectable manner, and then that's her rebuttal or her response to it, then that's where it's just like, yeah, she would be out of line. But I think it really just has to do with like people being an adult. I mean, like, and then also kind of just like understanding their own emotions and stuff, because it's like maybe his viewpoint wasn't what really triggered her like that. Maybe it was something else entirely in her day or in their dynamic of their relationship that made her feel like she needed to respond that way. So you know, you never really know, because he probably started recording right there and then that was just it.
And I mean,
and And it could just be a skit, man. Like, people be doing this shit for likes, man. So it's like, who knows? They just be trying to get triggered people to get views and clicks.
Listen, lingerie is a lot to go outside of. But hey, what would do you? Anything else?
I mean,
and see, this is what it's so interesting to me, because it's like, you know, I've always thought that it was like so weird how like women will feel completely comfortable, or even men will be completely comfortable with like a woman wearing like a bikini, but then it's kind of like a little bit awkward to wear lingerie outside. You know what I mean? Like, it's so weird. Like, I mean, I can understand if it's like see-through and, you know, like stuff like that, but that's different. But it's like, if it's just regular lingerie, like a bikini or something like that, then it's technically normal. Just the setting is a little weird because it's not at a beach. You know, it's so weird to me. I don't know why society kind of has that weird like a viewpoint between like, or a fine line or gray area between like bikini and lingerie, but I always thought it was weird.
Are they in Miami? Because that's the norm.
I don't know where they are.
That's not the norm.
The way she dressed it indoors, they can't be in Miami. A girl looks homeless at home, want to walk outside in a fucking lingerie.
She want to change her life. She want to feel something.
Maybe.
She want to be like, you know, get that Celine Dion on her. I'm alive. You know what I mean?
I wish the video was longer or had more context.
Yeah.
But that's all we got. Anything else?
No.
All right, let's know what you think.
Yeah, man, I love Alvin and Preach videos, man. I've been watching them for so long, but yeah. Hopefully you enjoyed the video and my thoughts on it. And I'm curious, like, future Eon, like, what your views, have your views changed at all? You know, let's just say like 5 or 10 years down the line, if you ever decide to watch this video again. But anyways, man, peace, love you.
Man, even Jesus had a shooter, and God be having unbelievers that didn't mess up their demeanor. And yes, they know it's hard, they know, cause when they be up in those trenches, man, they show out.